Gene Hackman, the man who has played many memorable characters in the world of cinema, is a name known and appreciated by movie lovers around the world. He remains one of the legendary figures of American cinema, remembered for his outstanding performances in films such as The French Connection and But what happened to this beloved star after he stepped away from the limelight? Born Eugene Allen Hackman on January 30th, 1930, in San Bernardino, California, he came from a family with Pennsylvania Dutch, English, and Scottish roots. His mother, originally from Canada, had moved to the United States. During his early years, Hackman was a restless child. His father worked for a local newspaper, which meant the family had to move frequently, creating instability and a difficult home environment. At the age of 13, his parents divorced, a traumatic experience for young Hackman, especially because his father left without much explanation, just a silent wave through a car window. This emotional loss left a deep impression on him and would later influence his ability to portray emotional depth in his acting. Amidst the turmoil, Hackman found an escape in the local movie theaters. His love for cinema began at the age of 10, sparked by his first encounters with film. He was especially inspired by James Cagney, whose energy and timing on screen pushed Hackman toward acting. The difficult financial situation at home and the emotional vacuum left by his father fueled his determination to become an actor. Films gave him a way to understand and connect with human emotions and stories that mirrored his own struggles. As a child and teenager, Hackman never wavered in his ambition to act. After a brief stay in Storm Lake, Iowa, where he attended high school, he left home at 16 in search of freedom and a better life. He lied about his age to join the United States Marine Corps, beginning a new chapter that would, in time, circle back to acting. His military service lasted 4.5 years and played a crucial role in shaping his character and discipline. Hackman was first stationed in China, serving in Qingdao and then in Shanghai during a time of significant political upheaval, including the Communist Revolution of 1949. As the situation evolved, he was reassigned to Hawaii and later to Japan. His role as a field radio operator required accuracy and responsibility qualities that would serve him well in his later career. His time in the military instilled in him a professional approach to work and a strong sense of accountability, both of which contributed to the remarkable success he would go on to achieve as an actor. Gene Hackman's rebellious nature and discomfort with authority often caused friction throughout his life. This spirit, first evident in his teenage years, persisted during his time in the Marine Corps. After his discharge in 1951, he returned to civilian life carrying the discipline and mental toughness he had developed as a soldier. These qualities became essential when he later faced the challenges of establishing himself as an actor, especially during his early years in New York City. In 1951, Hackman moved to New York to pursue acting. Transitioning from military life to the civilian world proved to be a difficult adjustment. The city was tough on newcomers, particularly in the fiercely competitive world of acting. To survive, Hackman worked a variety of low-paying jobs, including as a doorman and a furniture mover. These roles barely paid enough to cover his basic needs, and he endured both financial hardship and emotional strain. Despite numerous rejections and moments of doubt, Hackman never gave up on his goal of becoming a professional actor. His first serious attempt to train, acting, a school known for its rigorous standards and high-pressure environment. While there, Hackman faced severe criticism and discouraging evaluations. He was even voted least likely to succeed by his peers. During this time, he formed a close friendship with fellow actor Dustin Hoffman. Both men struggled financially and emotionally, often unable to afford basic necessities, but their friendship provided much-needed support. Their shared hardships helped Hackman build resilience and a deeper commitment to his craft. Hackman's persistence eventually paid off. His first major breakthrough came in 1967 with Bonnie and Clyde, in which he played Buck Barrow, the brother of Clyde Barrow. His performance was widely praised and earned him critical acclaim, opening the door to more opportunities. This role helped solidify his standing in Hollywood and marked the beginning of a series of successful projects. His career reached a new height in 1971. when he portrayed New York police detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle in The French Connection. The role earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor and is still considered one of the most iconic performances in film history. The movie was a critical and commercial success, especially praised for its gritty realism and the now famous car chase sequence, which set a benchmark for action cinema. The 1970s continued to be a strong period for Hackman. In 1974, he starred in The Conversation, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, playing a surveillance expert grappling with moral dilemmas. The film received several Oscar nominations and won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, further enhancing Hackman's reputation as a powerful and thoughtful actor. That same decade, he took on the role of Lex Luthor in Superman 1978, showcasing his range by shifting from serious, introspective roles to playing a charming and comedic supervillain. His performance as Luthor was both entertaining and memorable, proving he could adapt to a wide range of genres. Through his roles in the 1960s and 1970s, Hackman firmly established himself as one of Hollywood's leading actors. Whether portraying gritty detectives, conflicted loners, or larger-than-life villains, he brought depth and authenticity to every performance. His career in the following decades, especially throughout the 1980s and 1990s, only continued to grow, further cementing his legacy as one of the most versatile and respected actors in modern cinema. By the 1980s and 1990s, Gene Hackman had already built a remarkable reputation as one of Hollywood's most talented and versatile actors. His performances during these decades demonstrated his ability to work across a wide range of genres, including dramas, thrillers, action films, and even comedies. One of his most defining achievements came in 1992 with Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven. In the film, Hackman played Little Bill Daggett, a hard-edged sheriff with complex motivations, set in a fading western town at the end of the 19th century. His portrayal added depth and nuance to what could have been a typical antagonist role. For this performance, Hackman won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The film itself won Best Picture, and Hackman's role was widely credited as a major factor in its critical success. Following Unforgiven, Hackman continued to take on varied roles while maintaining his unique acting style. In 1993, he appeared in The Firm, based on John Grisham's best-selling novel. He played Avery Toller, a senior partner at a suspicious law firm, opposite Tom Cruise. Hackman's performance added layers to the suspense and moral tension of the story. 2 years later, in Crimson Tide 1995, he played Captain Frank Ramsey, a commanding officer aboard a nuclear submarine. In a gripping and confrontational dynamic with Denzel Washington's character, the film explored leadership, ethics, and the psychological toll of command. And Hackman's performance showcased his skill at conveying authority, doubt, and inner turmoil. In 1996, Hackman surprised audiences with a successful shift into comedy in The Birdcage, where he played a conservative senator entangled in a farcical situation involving a gay cabaret owner and his partner. The role demonstrated Hackman's comic timing and range, further proving his ability to navigate between genres with ease. Despite his on-screen success, Hackman occasionally experienced tension with his co-stars. In I Never Sang for My Father, he portrayed Gene Garrison, college professor struggling with a strained relationship with his father, played by Melvyn Douglas. The film, a moving exploration of family, aging, and unresolved conflict, earned both actors Academy Award nominations, Hackman for Best Supporting Actor and Douglas for Best Actor. However, Hackman later revealed in an interview that the relationship behind the scenes was far from harmonious. He discovered during filming that Douglas had initially wanted a different actor to play his son, a revelation that hurt Hackman deeply. The two reportedly did not speak off camera during production, a distance that inadvertently enhanced the emotional realism of their performances. After decades of acclaimed work, Hackman decided to retire from acting in the early 2000s. A combination of health concerns and the desire for a more peaceful, private life led him to step away from Hollywood. His final film role was in the 2004 comedy Welcome to Mooseport, after which he publicly stated he would no longer return to acting. He explained that he needed to prioritize his health and well-being after experiencing several health scares, including a serious heart issue. Though he stepped out of the spotlight, Hackman left behind a legacy of complex, unforgettable performances. Over his long and varied career, he proved that he was not just a star, but a deeply committed actor who brought authenticity and emotional depth to every role. This moment marked a turning point for Gene Hackman, signaling that he could no longer keep up with the physical demands of making high-energy films. In 2004, he appeared on Larry King Live and explained that a heart examination in New York had made the situation clear. His heart was not strong enough to continue living the intense lifestyle of an active actor. He emphasized his need to focus on his health after years of being immersed in the demanding world of Hollywood. Following his retirement, Hackman relocated to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where he embraced a slower, quieter life. He humorously referred to himself as more of a couch potato in this new chapter. Yet his creative drive didn't disappear. He channeled his energy into writing, producing several historical fiction novels in collaboration with undersea archaeologist Daniel Lenihan. Books like Wake of the Prithee the Star and Justice for None allowed Hackman to continue telling stories, just in a different form, one that was less physically taxing but still rich in imagination and character. Santa Fe provided him not only with creative inspiration, but also with the peace and seclusion he had long craved. After spending decades in the spotlight, he found a deep appreciation for nature and the simple pleasures of everyday life. One of his great passions in retirement became cycling, which he maintained well into his 80s. The rugged terrain around Santa Fe made it ideal for long rides, offering him both physical fitness and mental clarity. He has often spoken about how cycling helps him stay grounded and connected to the natural world. Architecture and design also played a role in his life after Hollywood. His home in Santa Fe, once featured in Architectural Digest in 1990, reflects his appreciation for space, aesthetics, and the surrounding landscape. Living in a place of beauty and calm became central to his well-being in later years, though he largely withdrew from the public eye. Hackman made rare appearances to promote his books or for special occasions. He remained absent from red carpets and ceremonies, preferring a quiet life away from the fame he once knew. His retirement was not just from acting, it was from the public gaze. With a conscious effort to protect his health and find personal happiness, writing became a significant part of his identity in retirement, and his collaborations with Lenihan showed his deep passion for history and storytelling. His transition from acting to authorship reflects a creative evolution that allowed him to explore new facets of his talent. Without the intensity of film production, these works are a continuation of the emotional depth and narrative strength that had marked his film career, but expressed in a new and fulfilling way. In addition to writing and cycling, family remained a core priority. Despite a busy past that often involved moving from one location to another, Hackman made an effort to spend meaningful time with his children. He has been married twice. His first marriage, to Faye Maltese in 1956, lasted 30 years and produced 3 children: Christopher Allen Hackman, Elizabeth Jean Hackman, and Leslie Ann Hackman. After their divorce in 1986, Hackman married Betsy Arakawa, a classical pianist. In 1991, the couple has lived together in Santa Fe ever since. In a rare public outing in 2023, Hackman was photographed with Arakawa at a local restaurant, the Papu Seafood Kitchen, marking his first public appearance in 21 years. Now, 93 years old, he was seen using a cane and walking with his wife, dressed casually in a wool vest, checked shirt, cargo pants, hiking boots, a baseball cap, and sunglasses. His appearance reflected a man clearly at ease, enjoying his retirement, far from the glitz of Hollywood. Over the years, Hackman has occasionally shared his thoughts about his career and legacy. He speaks with pride about his body of work. It also stresses the personal growth and peace he's found since stepping away from acting. For him, success isn't just about awards and acclaim. It's about the freedom to live life on his own terms. Hackman's legacy isn't limited to the powerful roles he played on screen. He has also been admired by colleagues for his professionalism, generosity, and deep respect for the craft of acting. Fellow actors have often praised him as a scene partner who elevated every performance and contributed meaningfully to the collaborative process of filmmaking. The impact Hackman has had on cinema remains profound. His ability to embody a vast range of characters from flawed lawmen and conflicted villains to comedic roles and dramatic leads has left an indelible mark on film history. His influence continues to resonate with actors, directors, and audiences alike. Though he has stepped away from the spotlight, Gene Hackman's contributions to storytelling in film and in literature enduring, meaningful, and deeply respected.